Hi guys, it's Mary from Glimpse and Beyond. I'm back with Helen. Last week we dealt with death and grief. We're going to continue with the grief theme. Go ahead,
Yes.
Helen.
Yes, apparently we are not allowed to move on until we really cover grief.
Yes.
And grief is interesting. Grief comes in many forms. And it's not just about loved ones passing away. It's about many different types of loss. And I was sharing with Mary that I had watched uh, I I got to peel back another layer of myself and look in the mirror today. And I watched a movie that showed me something about myself today, and that was the topic of childlike innocence. Um, I have Ooh, this is not easy to share. I have a high level of childlike innocence. Now, I'm not childish. I'm a mature woman, but I have a very, very playful inner child. And unfortunately, what I saw today was how it's been handled by other people and abused and used, and that was just very sad to me. So I had to grieve the loss over some level of innocence that goes with it.
Yes. Yep.
But I do believe you can get your innocence back, but you have to go through a lot of healing to get to that place. You know, you're not
Oh,
going to get it back, but you will get you will get the you'll recover the ground. It's not like you're going to forget things,
yeah.
but you can recover from it, is what I'm
Yes.
saying.
And you're going to recall pieces of innocence right back to you.
Yes, and I have prayed that. I have prayed to send back the horrible energy that they thrusted on me, and I called back to myself all the pieces they chipped away off of
Good.
me. So
Good.
that's how I've
Yep.
been handling that. So this one today, I'm so glad I'm not doing this on Wednesday night. I'm very calm with Mary.
There we go. I'm not on the phone this time. Here I am.
I'm calmly getting through this one on air.
Do you want to go to the next slide because it kind of goes through what we're going through?
Sure,
It's
sure.
like even with our loss of innocence, all those points hit on everything. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys have gone inward enough, but like that little teddy bear says everything.
Yeah, I was really drawn to that picture when I
Yes,
set up the
like
slides.
yes, like you're just like your whole childhood went in a flash and you don't know where it went.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have a great childhood, you're like mourning the loss, like why didn't you? And you're trying to mother yourself the way you wanted to be mothered. And then you peel back the other layer and you realize all these people that you thought were friends, that you thought were family, kind of took it
Try
for granted. They're walking all over you again.
Yeah, they would like for me to stay in a childlike state, childish state, so that they can be in control.
Correct. Yes.
And because I've been treated like a child along with my two children, and I'm not ashamed to throw that out there. Like, whatever, fuck it. I've said everything else.
I love that you're so honest and raw. People love that, Helen.
I don't know any other way to be at this point. I think I've been shut down and shut up and suppressed for too long, so I
Yep.
can't stop it now. It's out.
Your throat chakra loves you. Like you're allowing it all out. I love that.
Yeah, I think Justin said that she's using her throat chakra
Yes,
very
you are,
well.
which is fantastic. But yeah, like how
I've
many
always
times
been an orator, but not on this level.
I know, but it's fantastic because like I have a voice, I have a lot to say, but mine's like an airway issue. It's not even a freaking throat chakra. I'm like, come on. But like even think like I even remember back to being a child, like my Grammy would always I was very fortunate. We lived near Niagara Falls. They used to have Miss America here. Did you know that?
That's right.
Yeah, so I used to go to Miss America every year. My Grammy would take me.
That's fun.
She would sew my dresses, Helen. Every year I'd get a
Oh,
different dress for it sewed,
you
and I
had me at
tip you.
sewing.
It must be the sewing, but yeah, and I'd take pictures outside. It'd be like a whole big deal. And I look back now and it's like, I miss those days.
Yeah,
You were carefree. You didn't have a care in the world.
yeah.
I could use my gifts because my family understood me.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I grew up like that. So it's very hard to guide anyone on how to get their childhood back like that. But it's gonna come back. Just know that. I do know that.
Yes, don't be afraid to look in the mirror because, like, that's what happened to me today. I saw something and I
Mhm.
had to sit with it,
Yep.
and it's not comfortable and it wasn't pretty, and there was a lot of crying.
Yep.
Um, and then ironically, Stacy calls me right at the peak of my emotions. And so I had a very nice, lovely friend to just
Thank you,
help
Stacy.
me
We love you.
process it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
fortunately, Stacy and I have very, very similar backgrounds. So, she's one of those people when she's like, I understand, I get it,
She
she
does.
means it. Yeah.
But don't forget when you're in that moment too, that you still have to kind of look in that mirror and be like, I still love you.
Right.
Even though we're broken, like I still love you.
Yeah. Because dealing with the past, I don't know, probably weeks and months
Yep.
realistically, but more in the forefront the last few days is I am worthy of being treated correctly, being treated in love, being treated with respect, being treated with honesty. Like, I'm worthy of that.
Oh, absolutely. We all
And
are. Yeah. You-
I'm not going to dwell on who didn't come correctly. I'm going to focus on, from now on, I'm going to be treated well,
Yes.
and I'm actually going to, like, accept it and not flick it away thinking I'm not worthy. Like, I'm done with that.
No, because you always got to, when you get in that place of negativity, sorry guys, this eclipse too, we're going to be very negative to ourselves. So remember this.
Got a double whammy.
Yeah, we really do. It's all good. But always tell yourself, because it's true, you deserve better than that. You deserve better, no matter who did it to you.
Right.
You
And
deserve better because your friends will do it to you. Your family is going to do it to you. We all got to be okay with saying, you know what? You go your way. I'm going my way. I wish you nothing but peace and love. God
yeah.
bless. See ya. Like we're on our own paths.
Yeah. And I'm not waiting for someone to come heal me and
Right.
heal that. I'm actually finally okay with, all right, little inner child, we're going to heal together,
Correct.
and
Yes.
um and we're going to be healthy and whole so that when someone comes along, it will be fun, and there
Yes. Because
and it won't.
you can't fully love someone until you love yourself that fully. And you still have to baby yourself just like you would your own children.
Yeah, and I don't want to burden somebody with that anyway, like
Right.
it's not fair to put that on someone else when you are responsible for your own healing.
No, that's very true. But a lot of us didn't know any of this until we started on this journey. And
Yeah,
I'm so excited for everybody, but we all have to start doing this if they haven't done it already.
which, once again, on repeat, it's the opposite of everything we've ever been taught
Yes,
or
we've been lied
shown.
to our whole life. Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
And trust me, God doesn't want you to sit there and wallow, you guys. He doesn't. He gave you all these great gifts and tools so that you can look at yourself and be like, okay, you had a
right,
happy childhood.
right,
Give you a hug and let's move onward.
right. Sit with it, acknowledge it, don't ignore it,
Right.
and then you can always ask Spirit of God for help. You can always
Absolutely.
ask your guides and angels for help. And I have, because
Or go to your
sometimes,
highest self. You can just ask your angels and guides to ask your highest self, like, hey, how do we get through this, little one?
right, whoever it is that you're in contact with,
Yep.
And I was in that place today right before Stacy called. It's like, okay, I see it. Ooh, I
Yeah.
don't like it. I want to be healed from it, but I'm not sure, and sidebar, I
Yeah.
have just been empowered like a phoenix risen from the ashes. I am the fire.
Yep.
I mean, I feel I am really fucking powerful right
Yeah, you
now.
really are. And I love it.
And this childlike thing, I kind of, and I knew I was going to ask Mary about it, because I'm like, now, okay, I like my childlike side,
Yeah.
because when I work with children, we connect so beautifully, and I can really empathize with them so easily. And I advocate for children. I do. When I see something, that
Yeah.
another adult is not seeing, I'm having none of it, to the point where I would almost get fired. I can't tell you how many times, because I will
Yeah. But
advocate for them.
yeah. And the kids just saw that in you, like automatically. That's why they like just go to you because you're like one of them.
I
I,
had a whole
yeah.
classroom of second graders practically knock me off my feet with a group hug. And the teacher just stood there with her mouth open, like they ran to me. They
That's
ran to me.
fantastic.
Yeah. They know me.
Yes.
And so yes, balance, which once again, I have to go to the creator,
Yep.
who I always go to, Father God. And
Yep.
I'm saying I refuse to shrink back and hide my power, but at the same time, I don't want to lose my childlike side either.
It'll
So
happen. It'll happen. You'll
yeah,
merge the two together.
yeah.
So
And
and it's fun to maintain that little bit of innocence because you should never lose your sense of wonder.
well, I
Even when you
love being
travel.
playful.
Yes, but like do you remember when you travel when you were young? If you saw a river, it was like a big freaking deal.
Yeah.
Like don't lose that.
Yeah, I love adventure.
Yes.
And I taught my two children, you could be upset about stuff, or you could just say, well, this is another adventure. Oh, well, this
Yes.
is something else that's new. Okay. Don't be afraid of new.
Right. And all it teaches you,
Yeah.
your sense of wonder could teach you so much. Because what if you walk down that path? What if it led to like this beautiful freaking opening? What if you found fairies in the woods?
Yeah. So let go of the damage.
Let
If
go,
the
let
mirror,
God. Yeah.
yeah, if the mirror gets put in your face, I mean, don't
We're
run
all
away
gonna,
from it,
yeah,
please.
we're all gonna have to face it, you guys. So even if you want to run away, hey, guess what? It's gonna keep bucking up until you go through it.
Yep.
Yeah. Like every time you look in the mirror, it's gonna be like, hey, 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 you, hey,
Yeah.
we haven't healed. Come here.
Yep. Yep. You'll sit at that depot for a while.
Yeah. And then you're gonna agree. I'm just going with your little um PowerPoint presentation. You are so creative. I love that.
Thank you.
I don't have these skills.
I
So
use
in
creativity.
yeah, but like you have in others, we are still grieving other people. I'm still grieving people that have walked completely out of my life. I
Yeah.
went to lunch with my dad and sister yesterday, and I was like looking at strangers. It was weird.
Yeah, I'm feeling that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went shopping last weekend, and like, honest to God, outside of two people in the store, it was like people didn't see us. I
Yeah.
felt like we were on a totally different timeline. There was a huge shift last weekend.
Mm. That's probably why I hid in my house for most of
Yeah,
it.
I should have. I was like, oh, it's nice out on Saturday. We should go to the store. Why did I do that? I don't know. I figured it was nice out so people would be outside. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Girls were in TJ Maxx stealing makeup. For real, $5. But
They're on
whatever.
a different timeline.
Yeah, they really were because like they had no idea we were even watching.
Wow.
I couldn't get to the register quick enough. I'm like, can we go to the register like now? So,
Yeah.
and then your friends are going to kind of let you down because I've had friends let me down even on this journey.
Yep.
They don't
Yep.
know that they're doing it, but sometimes they just do.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I learned this ironically through homeschooling. Like, for example, just because I'm conservative and you're conservative, and just because we're homeschooling does
Right.
not mean we have the same set of values.
Not at
Well,
all.
the
No.
same thing is happening with this truth or woo shit. It's like, just because you're awake and I'm awake does not mean that we have the same values or
No,
the same ideas. And yes, your vibe does attract your tribe. And I notice at some point you do end up in the right place with the right people at the right time. But in
yes,
the meantime, you have to not put so much expectation. And it's tough because when you first wake up and then you come across people and you go, are you
like they
seeing
get
what
me.
I'm seeing?
Yes,
Like, I'm
yes,
not crazy. No, you're not crazy.
right.
And that's a big deal.
It
But
is, it's
I
huge.
I
Yep,
think I think it's a growth thing though, and that's why you have to be loose with your grip and let people go, because you're
yes,
going to outgrow some people.
yes, you're only gonna resonate with some people for a limited period of time because that's all God wants you to.
Yeah.
They just needed that for that little bit of time to get that
Yeah.
piece of growth.
And as far as family goes, I mean, if you want to go back to childhood traumas and whatnot,
Yes,
um,
clear those out.
I'll talk about my journey with my mother. The bottom line that finally got me over this with my mother was, um, she's never going to change.
No,
And the only way to make peace with the relationship and move forward is to make the adjustment on my end. So on my end, I finally dropped those unrealistic expectations
yep,
with her. And I also had to accept her where she is and who she is
yep,
and make peace with it. And things, I mean, probably 2 or 3 years ago, we finally turned the corner with each other, and it's better. And I do better boundaries too. It's a lot
yes.
of little things, but yeah.
Yeah, I kind of went through the same thing with my dad after my mom died because it's like he turned into a completely different person.
Yeah.
So
And that
I guess it made it easier for this time now, like to sit there yesterday and just look across the table and be like, I have no idea who you are. But there's still that love there. And it's still my dad, but I'm like, wow, things are so different.
Yeah, and it's a blessing that you don't realize is a blessing.
Yes.
Life is like a bus. Some people get on and some get off. Some
But
will
it's
stay with
kind
you all the way
yes,
through.
yes, but it's constantly moving like
It's
that. It's
constantly moving forward, but you
and
know,
people change and evolve as they should, and they're gonna keep changing and evolving. And that's why you always take who resonates with you.
yeah, and
So for
so
the
do
rest.
we. And so do we. Yeah.
Absolutely. You don't know, a man, over the past 2 years, how many people I used to listen to that I don't anymore?
Yeah, exactly. And as I put on display last week, if I don't resonate,
It
click,
doesn't resonate.
bye.
Why?
It's just
Right.
that
Like
simple. Don't sit around being all mad about it. Just move
there's no
along.
there's no no reason to be mad about it, especially like in these times now. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter how many followers you have, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You could have them one day and they could all be like, hey, what you're saying doesn't resonate, and leave you the next. And you know what? That's okay. It's
Yeah.
their journey.
Yeah. The only one who's never going to change is God,
Yep. Yeah.
spirit.
Yes.
That's it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So the more flexible we can be, the better off we're going to be,
Yeah. Which
and
we're kind of covering the ourselves part right here with everything. I love how it all wraps up into grief though, because we're grieving for
yeah,
ourselves that we lost along the way too.
grieving
I miss,
relationships. Yeah.
yes. And I miss being able to just go out with our friends
Yeah.
that aren't our friends anymore because no one gets you. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if it's harder that they're alive and you're grieving the relationship,
Yes,
versus
I
someone
think it
who's no
is.
longer here, right?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit harder, at least on my end, it has been.
Right?
'Cause
Because you
it's
could
like
run
there's
into
no
them.
reality. Yes. And then what do you say?
Yeah.
Because I don't watch the news or anything either. Like even with my dad yesterday, it was sad.
Yeah.
What do you talk about? He's like, how's the weather? I'm like, looking outside, I'm like, bit rainy.
You treat them like I treat the one lady at the barn that I've learned to just stay away from. Bye
Yes.
bye.
Yeah. And then like my sister's asking me questions like, did you see that on ABC News? Nope. Nope, I
Nope.
didn't. Sorry. Well, why? I'm like, because we don't really watch TV. Well, what the hell do you guys do? I'm like, we do stuff outside. We sit and we talk to each other.
Yeah. And finding how to operate in love in spite of it, it
Yes.
will be very helpful too.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
don't hold a grudge.
You
Just,
can't.
it's
And
just meant to not be that, you're just not meant to be in that relationship anymore. You just have
Right,
to
but
make
we
peace
might
with
be,
it.
and we might be thrown back in after the events. We don't know yet because we might have to be the ones to help pick those people back up.
Right.
Get ready. So have compassion. I'm not saying you gotta let your guard down. And we've already forgiven. So we're good with that. We've already forgiven for the most part, send them off with love and light. If they come back, oh,
Yeah, nobody's perfect. Like, we're not asking for perfection here. We're just saying there's two ways to go, the easy way or the hard way.
correct.
We're
Yes,
trying to
thank
give you
you.
clues to the
Yes,
easy way. The easy
yes.
way is you put in the work now and you let go of this baggage now.
Right. So you don't have to do it.
Or honey, you hold on to that baggage and it's going to be really fucking hard later, but good luck with that.
Yeah, yeah, God's gonna smack you upside the head and be like, look, you got like 5 minutes to get all this. Have fun. You know?
The funny part is none of us are getting out of it.
No.
So
No, and you can think and you can think you've done it all. And then like even just talking to you, like you bring up things for me, I'll bring up things for you, and then you'll like be like, holy crap.
yeah.
It's another layer.
Yep. Yep.
And that's why I love your show, because you have so many different people calling in that it helps everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm bringing David out of his shell.
Yes, I love that though. I love that so
I
much.
love David.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gone through like, I think he's on his second screen name. So for a long time, I thought him and JR were both women. Thank God. I think David was the first one who came back and he's like, I know my name sounds like a female, like his username. He's like, I'm a male.
No,
I
they're
literally wrote it down just so I
very much
remember,
manly men.
which is fine. And then JR came out of his shell and just said, his name. So I'm like, fantastic. Because it's nice to know.
Yeah.
I think I have 3 whole dudes that follow me, maybe 4.
I got the 50-50 split. I'm so
Which I love.
pleased.
I know you should be so happy with that. That's fantastic.
I am.
You get both points of view. I love it.
I know. Even my children, I have a boy and a girl, and I realized the other day I have replicated the masculine and the feminine side
Yes,
of myself into my children.
Yes, you did. And I love that though.
I love them.
Yeah, but they literally are like the male and female version of you.
I know. It's kind
It's
of funny.
Sorry to your husband who fathered the children, but like they're your children. Like how people say
they're
the baby,
mine.
and that's like that's so your child. It's your child.
Yeah. Yeah, he can be called father, dad, whatever. They're mine. I put
Yeah,
in the work. I put in the
yeah.
work.
I was gonna say, yeah, you've homeschooled them and everything. Yeah, you really have put in the work.
I haven't missed any of it, anything, any of the milestones, none of it.
Yeah, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you get disappointed, you remember that, Helen. You did that. You did
Yeah.
that. Be proud of yourself. Give yourself that hug you wish your mom could have given you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm working on that, being available as much as possible right now, in spite of my emotions in my head being all over the place. Being present is like, it's like active listening.
It really is. And
it takes effort.
it's painstakingly painful sometimes how present that I have to be. And I'm like, but I don't wanna. They're like, but you gotta, but I don't wanna. They're like,
so much easier to check out. Really.
If I could, but they don't allow me to, which I love.
No.
I love that, but I'm also like, come on.
You're so needed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool point, because hopefully people are growing it,
Oh, well, this is a good transition into the next slide.
Okay, where are we going? Oh, I know where we're going.
Expectations.
Oh, how exciting. Okay.
Speaking of, Mary,
I am not
available.
No.
That would be an immaculate conception.
No, but right? No. We're good. Yeah, but this is true. Like even when I first started, like there were such high expectations that people had for me, which I greatly appreciate. And I appreciate that. But like the minute I would disagree with something that they said, they would be very vocal about it, or they would just leave. And I would always wish them love and light. And I think it irritated some of them.
Yeah.
Because they would come back and try and fight me again. And I'm like, I'm not going to do this with you.
No. Nope.
And I take time off when I need to take time off, you know, because you just have to sometimes. Like last Saturday, I couldn't have been live. Nope.
No. I went
I know.
live.
And then you went live and I was like, okay, Helen, I hope you know what you're in for.
I went live, and after about an hour hit a brick wall, and I even literally said on air, oh, this is why Mary was kind of skeptical about me going
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
That's why
because I
Mary's hiding tonight. No, you weren't hiding. You were enjoying yourself.
No, I really was enjoying myself. We went out to dinner. I mean, that was the Saturday. Yeah, that was last Saturday, you know, with the whole thing in TJ Maxx and everything. And I was just like, what the hell's happening? Big
Yeah.
shift. And I just wanted to sit at home.
Yeah.
Be with the hubby and the cat. And I'm like, okay, everybody knows me here. Okay, we're good.
Well, you have to have realistic expectations with people. And I'll tell you a valuable lesson that I've learned, for instance, you have a problem that needs a solution, and you're with someone who is not tackling it the way you would want to tackle
Right.
it, does not think the way you think, completely opposite. And you have to let it go and
Yeah.
let that person tackle it in their preferred way of tackling it. It's kind of
Yes.
like,
It's like being married for the first time. Like when you get married and then you live together and you're like, what? You know, you're like, okay, you do.
yeah, then you run into that cap off the toothpaste stuff. Yeah.
Correct. Or like, yes.
You don't really
Yeah.
know a person until you live with them.
Correct. Yes. Or why did you put the toilet paper on like that? And you're like,
Yeah.
why does
Yeah.
it matter? It's there.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shut up about it. Yeah. But yeah, you have to flex. And if you
Yes.
want to be happier, if you want to go the easy way, we're just
Yes.
saying.
And we're in such a flow state right now. Like every card I pull is like, just flow with it. Just
Yeah.
flow. I'm like, we're flowing, we're weaving, we're bobbing, we're flowing. We're like we were talking before this started. We're on Space Mountain, you guys.
Yes.
Buckled up in the dark. We have no idea what's coming.
Yeah. The roller coaster inside the mountain in the dark. No clue.
Yeah.
But you can feel your stomach drop.
Absolutely. And you get like that one spark of light every once in a while that's supposed to like
at the top. Yeah.
at some point in time. And you're like, but I didn't see anything.
Yep. Yep. When is it over?
Yeah, when it's done in his divine timing, you guys. And that again, stop putting an expectation on a timetable because we have no idea what his timing is and we will never know it.
No, because God is process oriented and not goal oriented.
Correct.
That is the way of that's how it really works. That's how it really works.
Wants to
The whole goal oriented, the whole goal oriented bullshit is from the Matrix.
Correct.
The ladder is success.
Yes.
The goals.
Yes.
What's your plan? That's I mean, it's okay to have plans and a vision. I'm not saying that. I'm saying being obsessed with the rungs of a ladder. Stop it.
Yes. And like people are so obsessed with dates. And I'm like, stop it. Stop it. Do you really think God would give you the date of when all this is going down? I don't care who you listen to. If anyone's giving you like a date.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Start laughing.
Yeah. Like
they don't know.
Like in general, I feel like spring, something's going to happen, but like they can't pin it down. Like even I've said that, like, I see spring, things happening. Hey, we're in spring, things are happening.
I still like my theory that the guys are laughing like
they are.
Mary, tell them Monday. Mary,
no, because
it's next week.
I love my guides so much because they've been with me my whole life and they know my boundaries. And when I ask them,
sorry guys, I just have a funny thought about that.
No, I think that's funny. But when I asked my guides, they were like, it's above my pay grade. All of a sudden they started telling me that it's above my pay grade. And I'm like, since when?
Yeah.
54 years here. When's this above my pay grade? All right.
Well, back to, let's reiterate it. Nothing can stop what is coming.
No.
How do you make sure that that's possible? Nobody knows.
Blind faith. Have faith. Have faith. Let go, let God.
Yeah.
That's your expectation. Let go, let God.
Yeah.
Because it's all going to work out exactly as he wants it to, whether you believe it or not.
In a happy way, not in a don't obsess over it and have
the
anxiety and you're tormenting yourself for no reason.
And it's going to be,
stop it.
It's going to be joyful. And I know people are obsessed with the word biblical.
Yeah.
Remember, everything we've ever been taught is a lie.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. And I'll throw some Abraham Hicks in there. Get into that place of, what does it feel like to be on the other side? What does it smell like? What do you
Yep.
hear? Just
Mhm.
manifest it then. Like,
Yeah.
just get in that place, get in that happy daydream. I like to daydream. I've always been a daydreamer.
Yes,
Do
but
some daydreaming about it, like in a happy way.
yes, you're going to enter like kind of a blissful state of being, and it's nice to be there.
Yeah. I have found some contentment that I didn't know was possible lately.
And
Just,
isn't it fabulous?
yeah.
Like, you sit down and relax for like the first time ever.
Yeah, I can
You didn't know
breathe.
you were stressed before.
Yeah, I was just talking to Stacy about that today. I know that on the other side of this, I'll speak for myself, but I know a lot of people are going to look back and go, wow, I'm not under all that pressure anymore. How the hell did I get through that? But I made it.
Yeah, but you also, yeah, there's so much coming up that we don't know. So yeah,
Yeah.
try wrapping your head around maybe everything that we're meant to be learning through our shadow work and everything here is preparing us for
Yeah.
the show that's about to play out in front of us. So we're prepared.
Yeah. Because we're gonna be guiding other people.
Yeah, we really
We
are.
are we are
Yes, we
meant.
are
You have a
meant.
choice. You have
We
a
don't have a choice.
choice.
It's our job to guide other people. It
Mary
really
says
is.
no
It's our
choice.
job. There's no choice.
Yeah.
Literal. Like if you were to turn it off within 2 weeks, they're going to have you back on.
Nice.
It happens. There's nights I've wanted to take off and they're like, man, no.
No, that's why I've been vigilant about making sure that we still have our Saturday meetup and Wednesday
Yes.
meetup. I
And I
just
like
keep
that.
in my gut, I just keep feeling like, even if the show sucks, who cares? We're all in there chatting with each other and staying
Yes.
connected. So
Yes.
yeah.
And don't worry, you guys, I will be back this Saturday. But yeah, I like our community. You never know whose question you're going to answer where it's going to make a difference that night.
Yes. Well, I don't feel led to go on to the next slide. I think we
No, I
need
think
to.
we should probably leave it here for this time. But you guys,
Mhm.
if you have anything to add, please drop it in our comments because we'll be happy
Yes.
to expand upon it.
Yeah.
And as always, go subscribe to Helen if you haven't yet. She's fantastic. Go on, call her. Call her on Wednesday night. She has her number up. It's kind of a great show.
It's been very interesting
Yes.
and raw. I've been
Yes.
raw for 2 weeks now. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow.
What emotion can we pull out of the hat tomorrow? We don't know. Let's play it by ear.
I'm hoping a happy one tomorrow.
Manifest it, it'll happen. We're manifesting like this right now. Say tomorrow night's going to be a happy night. We're going to talk about happy things.
Yes, I will laugh a lot.
You usually always do, even in the midst of breaking down. I'm the same way. Like I'm the one you don't really want to bring to a funeral. Because you find the joy in it, even amidst all the grief.
Right.
There's still joy.
Because we see things through the lens of humor and you can't unsee what you see.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, it's a true story. Yes.
Especially Italian funerals.
Oh my God, yes. Yes, you're so right. Yeah. It's very
I can never get the image of the one great aunt who like practically threw herself on the coffin as it was lowering. It was like right out of a movie. I had to walk away.
I had an aunt do that to my other grandma. She like literally threw herself on the coffin before it went in, and I'm like, oh my God, all right, this is how we're going. All right.
Yeah. And no disrespect intended, honestly.
Yeah, no.
But it's just a coping mechanism,
really. It really is a coping mechanism, but it also gives you it brings joy. It brings joy. In those hard times, you're allowed to have joy.
Yeah, some levity. Yep.
Yes. All right, you guys, hit like, share, subscribe for both of us, and we will see you next time.
Bye.